Hello. This was just a totally random. I'm crocheting. May as well see if any friends are on. How's it going for you tonight? Oh, off. Oh, we'll see if anybody comes. I guess if not. Hi. I see one is on. This was just kind of a totally random thing. I was crocheting and my boys, including my husband, are all playing Minecraft together. So I thought, oh, it'd be nice to have someone to chat with while I'm crocheting. Oh, they're off again. Or whoever came on came off again. Hello. I don't know if you can hear any of that. My boys are playing Minecraft. They do not play it quietly. Do I have the chat on? I'm wondering. Let me see what's going on with this. Okay, I think the chat's on. Oh, Marina's on. Hi, Marina. This was just kind of a random thing. How are you doing today? What are you up to? Hi, Beverly. Nice to see you. I love these where I get to kind of visit with my friends. I love this. I'm trying to find it on my iPad here too, because I can read the comments a little bit better on the bigger screen. Michelle's on again. Hi. I'm so glad you're here. I'm doing pretty well. I don't know if anybody heard what I was saying, but my boys, including my husband, they're all playing Minecraft together, and I'm just sitting here crocheting. So I thought, oh, I may as well not be sitting here alone, see what my friends are doing. And I'm so glad that you guys are here. What are you guys up to today? What's the weather like where you are? So, is anybody affected by the Canadian wildfires? Because we were, but our air quality is a lot better. It was just bad for a few days. It's hot, but we have thunderstorms moving in right now. Yeah, it kind of looks like here we might have a little bit of rain too, finally. We haven't had rain for a long time. But I am curious if we're still having bad air quality. I'm going to ask. Alexa, how's the air quality right now?
According to airnow.gov, the air quality in Clay is unhealthy for sensitive groups, with an air quality index of 103. If you're sensitive to air quality, you should reduce prolonged or heavy exertion outside.
That's better than it was. We were up in the 400s 2 days ago. The boys' swim coach canceled swim practice. 67 and cloudy and muggy in LA, Marina says. Well, 67's not bad. Beverly says we've had some today. It has been hanging around for 3 days. I could smell it in the early morning hours. I didn't smell it yesterday or today, but I smelled it really badly on Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, it was the one day, and I want to say it was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday that oh my word, it was foggy. It was almost like there was a fire like right here. It was crazy. But it seems to be passing around here, which is good. I'm surprised that the air is still unhealthy. It just feels a lot better. But it was really bad for a while. Anybody else working on any crocheting projects? Try live again. Oh, there. Huh. I see that there's two there. What are you guys up to, the ones that are left? I'm sorry, I was trying to find how to get on my live on my iPad. Doing yard work until the storms hit. Yeah, it's a good time to do that then. Do you plant a garden? Then time to settle in and crochet. What are you working on? That was two questions. Do you plant a garden? And what are you working on for crocheting? Hi, Sarah. This was just so unplanned. My boys and my husband are playing Minecraft, so I thought I would see if anybody wanted to chat and hang out while I was crocheting alone. Beverly said, that is supposed to be love of my life shawl. Oh, okay, so you're making a shawl. Beautiful. Michelle said, yes, I have a garden and flower gardens lining the entire house. I'm redoing my side flower beds. Way too much work. Okay, yeah. Our well, I've been watering it, but because it's been so dry, but our vegetable garden is doing really, really well right now. We're still in the early stages, but the flowers or the plants have gotten really big and there's lots of buds on them. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it'll be a good year. I have tomatoes, peppers, strawberries, beans, peas, cucumbers, and carrots. So fingers crossed. I just love it when I can go out and pick stuff to have either for dinner or as sides for dinner. Hi, Michelle. How are you? You came onto my live. I've been hanging out with Michelle a little bit. How are you doing? I'm doing well. My boys, I have two teenage boys, and my husband, they're all playing Minecraft right now, and I'm just crocheting. I thought I'd get on and see if anybody wanted to hang out with me today. Beverly said I planted seeds in my hanging baskets along the walkway, and those darn squirrels have dug them all up. Oh my gosh, that is such a bummer. We were talking a little bit about gardening here. I was just saying that my vegetable plants are looking really, really good, and so I'm fingers crossed going to get a good bundle. Michelle is crocheting scrubbies. Nice. You said you showed me on your live all of those all of that it's not yarn, but the material that you use to make the scrubbies. And you had a lot of it. Did you get that from cleaning out your yarn room? Because you said you were cleaning out your yarn room. Oh, while we're waiting for her to answer, I was just going to say last year I did broccoli and cauliflower, and those did really well. We had them pretty much all summer, like to the point where I was starting to get sick of broccoli and cauliflower. That's why I didn't do it this year. But I'm hoping for like a really good tomato and pepper and carrots. I love carrots. I just love carrots when you dig them out from the ground. Oh, hi, it's Not Magic. Hi, that's a clever name. I love that. It's KNOT Magic. I love that. I'm glad you popped in and said hi. What's your name? Roberta. Nice to meet you, Roberta. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. So Michelle crochets in Kansas. She said, yes, the tool is in my garden or yarn room. I haven't cleared up the floor yet, though. Okay. Michelle says, hi, Roberta. I love having all these friends here. This is so cool. It's better than just sitting here crocheting by myself. I don't have anything right now that I'm watching. I just finished watching, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I can't believe it. I just binge watched the entire thing. And there's like 10 seasons. I don't know if there's 10, but there's a lot. Doctor Who. Doctor Who was what I was. Jenna's on. Hi, Jenna. I just binge watched all of Doctor Who. And I love that show. I'm just like a weird sci-fi freak. I love sci-fi. I love the Orville. I love Star Trek, all of them. So Roberta said, I was strolling through the YouTube streets and found you. Thank you. I'm glad you found me. Oh, you love sci-fi too. Awesome. So what are your favorite shows? Because I'm always looking for something new, but I feel like I've asked so many people that I've probably watched all of them. Babylon 5, I loved that one. Oh my gosh, there was another one. I will think of it. I haven't watched it in a long time because I think it might have gone off of all of the stations. But there was another one that I really liked too. Jenna just watched it too. Okay, can you believe they're reusing another Doctor? I was expecting somebody new. Sarah said, Ian and I watched both of those. Yep. And Roberta said the original Star Trek movies. Oh yeah, definitely. I watched all of, now you can't watch them anymore, at least on anything that I get. I think it's Stars. I don't have Stars, so I can't watch it anymore. But I used to just go from the original series to Next Generation to Deep Space Nine to Voyager. I used to just like binge watch those over and over. I'm sorry if I'm making myself sound like such a weirdo, but I just loved them so much. And I'm kind of going through withdrawal since it's not on anything. Yes, Stargate. Sarah said Stargate. And Chris said, hi, Chris. And Roberta said, I'm old and grew up with the original series. I still like the original series too. Jenna said, he's my favorite Doctor, so I'm excited about it. Yeah, I think he was my favorite too. And he's definitely easy on the eyes. But I was just surprised that they were going to reuse one. And then Roberta said, oh yes, Stargate. Yeah, I liked Stargate too. Chris said, Firefly. I watched Firefly. I've watched that several times. Stargate, Battlestar 1978 version, and Farscape. That was the one I was trying to think of. Farscape. I loved it. If you get a chance to see it and you're a sci-fi fan, you will love it. That was a series. I probably watched Farscape probably at least 8 times. It's horrible, but I just sometimes sit there and binge these things. Battlestar Galactica, I could not get into the original one, but I loved the remake. I probably watched that about 3 times. And I don't know if you can watch that anymore. Is it still around? Roberta said, snicker every time they open the communicator, the original flip phone. Yes! And you know what's so funny? I watched a series, I don't know if it was like on the History Channel or something, but they were saying how, shows inspire technology. And that was one of the things that they mentioned was those like flip phones, and how it's funny. Then we created the flip phones. It was a really interesting thing, but I don't remember what it was. It was a while ago that I watched that. So that's funny. Yeah, you guys are all mentioning ones I've seen. I love them all. Some of them you can't really watch anymore because they either have taken them off or I don't. I mean, I think I might have some of them on DVD, but I don't. I'm too lazy to use my DVD player anymore. If it's not on like Amazon Prime or what do we have? We have Hulu. Forget it. We also have Max, HBO Max. We do not have Netflix. So I missed out on the last season of Better Call Saul. Chris said, I own them all on DVD, not into streaming. Okay. I got lazy once streaming happened because I watch it sometimes on my iPad or, you know, just use my TV remote. I don't have to get it out and put it in the DVD player and switch it when it's time for a new one. So lazy, gosh. Roberta said, now if they could perfect the transporter. I know, really. Where would you go if you could transport anywhere and not worry about, and I'm talking about on Earth, I'm not talking about like to the moon or to the next habitable planet or anything like that. Where on Earth would you go if, you didn't have to worry about travel or anything like that? Roberta said, I only pay for Netflix so the kids can watch. Yeah. Jellyfin is free, Chris said. Jellyfin, is that, I don't know Jellyfin. Roberta said, I'd go everywhere. I said this on a different live, but I would love to go see the pyramids, but I will never go there because I don't want to deal with the travel. But I would love to see them, and, they seem so impressive. Trying to think where else would be a good place. There are so many good places to go. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a bucket list at the moment. I think we're just trying to survive our kids growing up, and then we'll figure out from there what we want to do. I've heard people talk about traveling to all the states in the United States, or at least all of the ones connected. That's kind of a neat idea. Someone I'm working with is doing that. Every summer they go to a different state. All right, I've got some catching up here. Chris said Jellyfin is software you can run on a cheap computer and stream your own music, movies, TV shows, or photos you have stored on your storage and stream it to your TV or device. That's pretty cool. Roberta said they pay for Disney so I can watch Grogu brain stutter. You know what? I do have, I forgot to say that, we do have Disney as well because we like those kinds of shows. Beverly said the Grand Canyon. You know what? I've never been there either. That would be really neat to see. Roberta said I've been to most states. Congratulations. That's awesome. I don't, I'm a super homebody, so, and I think my husband's kind of like that too. So we don't really push ourselves to travel much. Roberta said it's hot at the Grand Canyon. All year round, is it? Maybe, like, is there a better time of year to go than other time? Because that's something I might put in my mind, because I have a feeling that's something that we would like to see someday. So to know if there's a better time of year than, another. You could travel to my place. Definitely, Jenna. That would be awesome. Did you find a house, Jenna? Roberta said, y'all need to travel to Mesa Verde, the cliff dwellings. That sounds really cool. Awesome. Jenna, I was worried about you with the Canadian wildfires because I could really feel the effects here. It was really bad to the point where the kids' swimming coach canceled practice because the air quality was so bad. But I know that you were closer. Was it really bad where you were? And Roberta said, and Carlsbad Caverns. Oh, wow. Oh, we could beam into Area 51. Yes, but I don't think we'd last very long, would we? That would be funny, though. I'm sure that they probably already have some kind of technology put in place that you can't, you know, I don't know. They probably has already know how to block that. Jenna said it's really smoky all week. It's starting to clear up now. Yeah, I think today felt really nice, but I checked the air quality earlier in my live stream and it said it's still unhealthy. Roberta said they do frown upon invading secure spaces, lol. Sarah said, I'd be going to Utah, Pennsylvania, Oregon, and Texas, then I'd travel to the UK and India to see all your friends. Is that what it is? Jenna said, I think Tuesday and Wednesday we weren't supposed to go outside. Wow. They didn't say not to go outside, but they said not to exert yourself, even healthy people. So I know that Jess from J Hook Magic, she was saying that people in her area were wearing masks, and I don't think they were supposed to go outside either. Michelle said, I have to go. Hope you all have a great weekend. You too, Michelle. Thank you for coming in and saying hi and chatting with us. It was so nice of you to come to mine. The other Michelle said, oh, that means you'd be coming to see me, Sarah. Woohoo! Roberta said, we have warnings here in North Carolina on the coast. Okay, so it's either traveling down or it's, just really bad all around. And then Sarah said, yep, you're on that list. I know why Sarah wants to come see me. She wants that big Gary that I made. It's not to see me. She just wants to pick up the Gary. Roberta said, traveling down and east. Roberta said, we all hope it will go out over the ocean. Yeah. Yeah, it's just surprising how that smoke is traveling. I don't know. It just I didn't think, because I don't feel like I'm that close to Canada, really. I'm in central Pennsylvania. I guess North Carolina is not really close to Canada either, but we're just, affected by it. I can't imagine what it was like for them. So anybody working on something crochet-wise? Anybody have any other sci-fi recommendations for me? Yeah, I feel like I've burned through everything that I watch, and the stuff that I like to binge, I can't get anymore. Roberta said when Mount St. Helens erupted, we had ash in mid-Colorado. Wow. Beverly said, not magic. I live in northern central North Carolina, Lake Gaston. Oh, we might have some people who live near each other. That's always fun to find that out. Josh said, I watched Eureka. I love Eureka. I told you I've probably seen all of them. I'm still trying to find that one, though, that I did love Eureka. That was really, really cool. Roberta said, you're up near the mountains, right? Beverly said, I'm frogging about 8 rows of a throw. Oh, no, I hate that. I hate that. Ugh. Get all that work done, and then you have to pull it out. I was mad when they canceled Firefly. I know, because you were really only just getting into the story, and then they canceled it. That was really a bummer. Sarah said my phone froze and now I'm behind, but you know Gary is just a bonus. Oh, okay. That's sweet. Into the Badlands is what Jenna said. Is that a show? Oh, Roberta said, and I'm finishing Garden Critter doll series. Oh, I've never heard of that. That sounds so cute, though. Garden Critter. That sounds so cute. I'll have to write that down and look that up. Not near the mountains. The mountains are a few hours from us, and so is the coast. That's what Beverly says. But I'm going to write that down. Into the Badlands. Okay. All right. You guys got me one that I haven't seen before. I actually never even heard of it. What's it on? I'm writing that down. Into the Badlands. Okay. I just wrote that down because now I have to see it. I've been trying to get into, some of the new things that they recommend on the different, places to stream, but I haven't been able to get into anything new. Hi, how are you? Freehandly. What is your name? Because that would be a little bit easier. Chris said Sliders. It was cheesy but fun. That's a show? Sliders? I like cheesy too, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Sliders. I just wrote that down. There's butterfly, dragonfly, bumblebee, and a ladybug, and I'm gonna add a fairy. That sounds so cute, Roberta. Nice. Josh asked how your husband is doing. He says hi. Thank you. Rich is doing well. He won a wood auction this week, so he's got plenty of wood now to work on some woodworking projects. Right now, he and the boys are playing Minecraft. So I'll tell him you said hi. I have to go up a little bit here. StreamYard and Restream are the ones that I see a lot of people using. I use StreamYard. Okay. Brent! Hi, Brent! You might get some crochet chat in here, Brent. Right now I'm crocheting and we're talking about all the sci-fi shows that we've watched, and people are trying to find some that I haven't watched. So far there's two. There was another one, Upload. That was a pretty new one. Has anybody seen Upload? I thought it was really, really cute and funny. I want to say it was on Amazon Prime, I think. But they don't have anything. They don't have their new season out yet. I think it's either 1 or 2 seasons long. It's really cute. Sarah asked, what does he make? Jenna said, oh, cool. Roberta said there was one. I think it was called The Time Travelers. And that sounds really familiar. I did see that one. Yeah. Jill loves Gary L. Yay! Brent's wife is the one that got my girl Gary, the giraffe. For those of you who've been watching Things We're Making Thursday, I work with her. Chris said Red Dwarf. Is that another show? I'm going to write that one down too. Red Dwarf. I am glad to be getting these new suggestions because I feel like I'm in such a TV rut. Oh, my pen. Red. Oh, I need a new pen. Dwarf. Okay. So Sarah asked what he makes. He's made all kinds of stuff. He's made shelves. He's made, oh my gosh, he's very handy where, like, if we need something, he's able to make it. And one of the things he has on the list, and now he has the wood to make it, is right behind me here. He's going to build me some like little cubby shelves that I can put yarn on. And I want to also frame my logo picture that, oh, I don't have it here. I thought I just had it right here. Oh, here it is. I want to frame this and put it on a shelf too. I used to tape it to the wall behind me, but since I painted, I don't want to tape it up there anymore and rip the tape off. Roberta said, what is the show about the alien came to Earth and contacted the girl that was a physicist but was working as a waitress? Oh, was that Contact? It was a movie though. There was a show called Fringe, and I really liked that show too. I probably watched that show at least twice through. Maybe I saw a few shows. That doesn't sound familiar to me, but it does sound interesting. So, my niece, for some reason, she texted me. Oh, okay. Chris said Alien Nation is an old one. Josh said Fringe. I just said Fringe. Great minds. The sci-fi people here, you know. And V. Is it just called V? Is that a show? I'll put that down on my list. I'm going to have to find some of these, see if I can find them somewhere. I didn't care for V, Roberta said. I don't think I ever saw that. My niece, for some reason, texted me and said she wanted me to crochet her an orange with a face. I don't know why, but we got an orange with a face. So I worked on that. And then she wanted me to try a water bottle, and it turned out more like a milk jug. So here it is. It was early 90s, late 80s. Okay. I'll have to see if I can find that somewhere. Sometimes the older ones can sometimes be hit or miss. Thank you. I don't really know what she's gonna do with it. She texted me probably about 10 little things like this that she wanted. I said, "What do you want for them for?" And she said, "Oh, I just want them." And I was like, "I'll make 2 of them because I don't need to make all this stuff that is just gonna, what are you gonna do with it?" Sarah Connor Chronicles, Chris said. Oh, I mean, I watched of course I watched, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it. Now I can't think of what that was from. It looks, I should tell her it's a potion bottle. I was trying for a water bottle, but I thought it ended up looking more like a milk jug or something. So I was going to tell her, "Oh, I made you a milk jug." But it could be a potions. Yeah, I didn't get the shape right on it. But she's taking it anyway. Terminator. Yeah. Yeah. Terminator. Yeah, Terminator was really good. We watched that with our kids. Oh, it's still cute. Thank you. She's going to take it as it is because I'm not redoing it. And it just seems like one of those things like, okay, I'll make it, but I don't know. Hopefully I'm not wasting my time because I don't really know what you would do with it. Lost in Space. I'm going to write that one down. I know I've heard of that one before. I don't remember if I tried to watch it and wasn't into it or if I didn't. There was a couple that I thought would be really cute, and then I started watching them. I was like, I didn't really like that one. But I have that on my list there. I'm going to try it again. Either try it again or try it, because I don't remember if that's one I tried or not. But I do remember seeing ads for that one. Both the old series, the new series, and the movie was good. Lost in Space. Okay. I'll check that one out again and see. Well, if I did, I don't remember if I did. Okay, I'm in listen in the background mode at the moment. Okay, sounds good. I'm just glad you're here. Thank you. All these new people coming in. It's awesome to chat and get to know everybody. I have an itch on my nose. There we go. Guess that was more my upper lip. I think we're finally getting a little bit of rain here. It hasn't been too hot this summer so far, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. Anybody have any exciting weekend plans? Roberta said, I guess I subscribed to you a while ago, but my setting was no notifications. Oh. Chris said, Capricia, although a bit weird, is the same kind of weird as the newer Battlestar. Oh, okay. Well, that's up my alley. I like weird. You know what? I see sliders on my list, but I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think I saw that. Is that when they, like, people from the future slide back to the past to try to change things so that their future is better? I don't remember whose. Capricia, A-P-R-I. Caprica. Caprica? Caprica. Sorry, I can't read. Jenna said, going to see The Little Mermaid tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. Your boys wanted to see that? My boys are 13 and 15. They had no interest. But that sounds fun. I don't have any major plans this weekend. Chris said yes, alternate universes. They slide every so often and end up in an alternate universe. They show they went back in time to change the past, was called Voyagers. Yes, I think I did see that. It's like ringing a bell, you know, like as soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh, I really think I saw that one. Jenna said my best friend wants to. Oh, you're going with your best friend. Oh, that's cool. Hi, my yarn loft. Refresh me of your first name. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. Roberta said, tell your boys there are girls in bikinis. They may get interested. That's so true. It's so funny if we want to watch a movie with them, if we're like, hey, you know, let's watch a movie. That is one of the questions they ask. They're like, are there any nude scenes? I'm like, yeah, we're going to show you that. Chris said Alien Nation is good if you like cop shows, drama, and aliens. I don't like those kind personally. I think I've heard of Alien Nation. Sarah said, just snuggling with my poor fur babe. He's doing better today, though. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I know that your fur baby was going through some stuff. Oh, Defiance, the TV show, was pretty okay. Tansy. Am I saying it right, Tansy? Okay, Defiance. I'm going to put that on the list, but that sounds really familiar too. Unless I'm just, hold on. Unless I'm just thinking of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, the Defiance, the spacecraft. Oh, good. Thank you, Tansy. Okay, good. So we were just saying what we were doing this weekend. Not much here. I'm staying in this weekend. I went out and people today. I need recovery time. Yeah, I can relate to that. Yes. We're going to people next weekend. But this weekend, it's just kind of hang with the family. I'm hoping that we can play a board game together. We really like to play board games. We've been really into like terraforming Mars. Oh my gosh, there's so many that we like. I can't even think of all of them. So, any other gamers out there? What's your favorite board game? That is a tough choice. I think at the moment it's Terraforming Mars. There's a newer one that we got, and we just call it like the zoo game, but it's not called that. I like that game, but I just have no strategy with it, and I always lose. Roberta said, so I'm at the grocery store and was walking down the freezer section, walked into this old man humming the Twilight Zone. Ew, and pleasuring himself. Ew. Oh my gosh. Chris said, oh dear. Sarah said, are the boys still doing bowling on Sundays? What about Scrubby Sunday? Oh yeah, I'm doing all that stuff too. They bowl on Saturday mornings, and then starting on Monday, they're also going to bowl on Monday nights. So they bowl on there are two bowling alleys that are kind of equal distance from us. So since they've been little, they've been on a bowling team on this one. But then their school bowling team is at the other one, and the school wanted to have practice over the summer. So they're doing both over the summer, but I figure it's good practice for them. both of their averages in the last year have gone up like 40 pins, something like that. I mean, they both really, really improved over the past year. So doing it twice will hopefully help. My older one wants to be on the varsity bowling team this year. So we'll see. He's got to keep working at it. Roberta said, and next weekend we are headed to HeroCon. Oh, that sounds fun. Is that like a superhero convention? What is HeroCon? I don't know that. We're going to Gen Con this year. Comic convention. Okay. Is it the same thing as Comic Con? Comic Con? Because I think I think they have one of those in Philadelphia. Any other people like going to conventions? Yes, but focuses on the heroes in the comics. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, that was another one that I actually watched it with my husband. It called The Boys. That when you said superheroes, that just kind of reminded me of that. I don't know if anybody watched. I don't know if it's called Boys or The Boys. And we were like hoping a new season would come out soon. You guys still there? Roberta said, daughter just got a card back from evaluating. She paid 10 cents. They said it was worth $800. Wow. Wow. That is cool when that happens. That's a good return. Is she going to sell it or does she love it? That's the tricky part, because if you love it, I'm taking 10 cents with me. That's funny. You buy a couple of those 10-cent ones. Take 20 cents with you. Holding on to it to see if it gets better. Good luck. I hope it does. I don't know, maybe a year of college. Unless she's older than that. I was assuming she was younger. I'm actually selling some amigurumi there. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm going to teach a class when I go to Gen Con. I'm going to do a crocheting class on Dragon Head Dice Bag. If you guys can, I know you're not supposed to walk away, but I didn't anticipate. I have one right at the edge of my desk here. She's 43. I told you I'm on. Oh, okay. So she doesn't need it for college. Let me grab the Dragon Head Dice Bag to show you guys. Sorry, I know I shouldn't be walking away. Not cool, not cool, not cool. Where did I put it? You know, maybe, oh, here it is, it's right here. I already paid for her college. So when I married my husband, he was a part of a Dungeons and Dragons group, and they all had bags that were special to them that they put their dice in for Dungeons and Dragons, and it apparently is a thing. So I started designing dice bags. You know, I have other ones, but this is the one that I'm going to do the class on. And then you can just store dice or cards or anything you want in here. And it doesn't have to be used as a dice bag, but this is what I'm going to teach the class on. And it's already sold out. The class is in August. That's why I have to live with them. Oh, okay, because of college. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you, Roberta. Sarah's leaving. Have a good weekend. You have a good weekend too. I hope your baby just keeps getting better and better. I'm sorry that your baby had to go through that. We had a service dog at our school, and I just found out today that they had to put him down. So it's kind of a sad time. Jenna said, I love that bag. I really need to make it. I know, I gave you the pattern. Sarah hugs. If you do, at least send me a picture or do a video or something. I would love to show how you did with it, you know. Put it in my community tab or whatever, Jenna. If you do, I'm not trying to put pressure on you. I know you have a lot on your plate right now. So, see ya, Sarah. Thanks for stopping in. I know it's probably pretty early for you. It's so weird how you can meet people from all around the world now. I just always think both of my grandmothers were heavily into crafting, and neither of them are still here, but I always thought, oh, Janet's on your list, okay. I always thought that this would be something they probably would have enjoyed too, you know, doing their craft and meeting people from around the world that they had stuff in common with. And, you know, maybe even showing their work online or, you know, getting tips or whatever. I could have seen both of them liking that. I feel lucky that I live in a time right now that this is possible. You know, just not being shut in alone doing what I like, you know, being able to share and get tips. I feel like since starting my channel, I've really kind of grown in crocheting. I don't know, do you guys feel that way too? Like those of you who have a channel that you post content, or even if you don't, like even if you're just like crocheting along with other content creator, or, you know, with other people who are content creators, do you feel like you've kind of grown from doing it with them and watching? Roberta said, my mom was a gypsy. We traveled from craft and art shows all over. Oh, well, that is a way to do it. I don't know that either of my grandmothers would have liked that lifestyle, but that is another way to grow and share and meet people. Oh, absolutely. I learn something new every day. Oh. Roberta, for some reason, they held your message for review. It just says, I called her a gypsy. It sounds better than hippie. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that comment. I think it was, they're very similar, right? Hippie, gypsy. free spirit. It sounds good, but I don't know if I would fully like that. You know, as much of a, as I'd like to say that I was a free spirit, I also enjoy all of the luxuries that I have here, you know, taking a warm shower every day, having a nice bed to sleep in, all that stuff. Spoiled. I hope I didn't. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Things are moving. Controversial. She was an artist. Nice. I'm sorry. My chat got stopped at that controversial remark, and so I thought nobody was talking. We had a Winnebago. Oh my gosh, so cool. Yeah, I need my bed and fan. Yeah, I'm with you there. Why I was in my 20s, I'd be all about it. Yeah, things are a little bit easier when you're young. When, why not me and my typing? So, oops, I just dropped something. Um, yeah, I don't know. In my 20s, maybe I would have been more up for it. I don't know. But definitely now I feel settled and I just enjoy the comforts I have and, you know, that kind of thing. I wouldn't mind like if my job could be like crochet artist from home, but goals, you know. I didn't know much else till you married. Yeah, I guess if you grew up that way, that was just like a normal lifestyle for you. It was probably exciting. You got to see a lot of places. You were the one that said you've already visited all the states. Was that correct, Roberta? So I imagine was schooling a little bit. Like, did you do? Then I married military, so still traveled a lot. Oh gosh. Okay. And yes. So yeah. Yeah, it probably was exciting seeing all kinds of things, meeting all kinds of people. Was that hard for like school though? Like, did you have to move schools a lot or did you homeschool or homeschooled? Okay. So that made it easier too. I always felt bad for kids who were like new or, you know, that were new and then they had to leave again. I was like, oh no, now they have to get used to another new place. I guess if you're going to do that, homeschooling would be much easier. You'd have to keep re-enrolling in schools. Graduated high school 2 years early. Yeah, the advantages of learning on your own. You probably had a better education too than a lot of the public school people. Tansy said, I grew up a military kid and we moved every 4 years. Oh, it's so tough. Every hippie in the country were my teachers. Probably some good, some bad, right? Oh, Tansy, every 4 years, that's tough. Did you have to move in the middle of high school or did you at least get to do all 4 of your high school years together in one place? I think that high school would be the hardest time to move because that's when you're really, bonding with your friends and everything. Not that you don't bond with your friends before that, but it's different. You're kind of growing up, and Roberta said we spent weeks sometimes on college campuses. Oh, that's cool. You probably got some good lessons there. My dad was moving in the middle of my senior, and I didn't go. I stayed behind and finished with my friends. Oh, okay. That's, I think most people would probably want to do that. I don't think that anybody would want to move the middle of their senior year. Gosh, that would be really rough. I'm glad you got to finish out with your friends. Niece, did you find you had a hard time getting close to people? I was 18, so my parents had no say. I worked and lived with my boyfriend's parents. I had a car and independence, so I stayed. Okay, did they want you to go with them? It's good that you were strong enough to say that, to be like, no, I'm not going, and I'm 18 and I can do my own thing. That was good that you were strong enough to do that. I don't know if I would have been at 18. 18, I think I too much went along with what other people said. I've always had a hard time getting close to people, being autistic, but moving didn't make it any easier. They didn't want me to stay. Okay, so they did want to move with you. My kids didn't let themselves get close because they knew they would be moving. Yeah, that would be tough. My my oldest son is autistic, and he has a channel. It's called Roman from My Life with Autism. He was trying to find he's 15, he was trying to find other like peers that he could connect with because he saw how I was connecting with people from the crochet community. But it's been really hard for him. Yeah, I've always been my own person and bold. I don't go along with the crowd. That's good though. I really think that's a good thing to have because I feel like I held myself back in a lot of ways by just kind of going with what everybody else said and what everybody else wanted rather than what I wanted. I'm better about that now, but when I was young, I wasn't good at that at all. But my son was, anyhow, I'll change my notifications. I don't know what happened and I have to run. Oh, it was so nice to talk to you. Thank you for coming and visiting, Roberta. I'm going to look you up. It's not magic. I don't know if I'm subscribed or not, but I'm going to look you up when we're done. I'm writing it down. I'm glad you stopped in. That's one strength I have as far as my autistic traits. Okay. So I was just going to say Roman, his channel is Roman from My Life with Autism. He was hoping to find other peers, but he hasn't found, unless he isn't looking in the right place, he hasn't found a lot of people, like peers, that he can connect with. A lot of, like when people are talking about autism, a lot of times it's parents like talking for their children. And I wasn't going to do that, and he didn't want me to do that for him. He needs to tell his own story. That's not, I don't think that's the parent's story to tell. That's just my opinion. So he tells his story, has some negative, some positive feedback, but he really hasn't found too many peers through it. One quick note, I saw that one that one, but was hesitant to subscribe to a minor. Oh, okay. That's up to you. I don't want to, you know, push you. And I was just saying that he had that out there. So he just, mostly he does shorts. It could help him though. Yeah, he was trying to see, where the station could go, if he could meet peers, if he could even maybe turn this into something where he can educate people on what it's like to live with autism. And one of the neat things is that he can, okay, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. He could give the perspective from each stage of his life. I think he started it when he was in maybe sixth grade, so maybe he was like 12 when he started. You can see how he's grown over the. Thank you for sharing his channel. That would be awesome. And if he could find some peers, I think that would be great. Gemma's, I'm going to write that up. Emma's Journey Grace. I'll have him look that up. Tell me one more time, what is the name of it? He's 15 right now. The name of it is Roman from My Life with Autism. And probably just high school age, maybe even early 20s. I don't know. He does tend to talk to adults a little bit better than kids. Because when he was young, we used to always call him like the little professor because of the way he would talk about things. So he does tend to talk more grown up, but gosh, it would be great if he could meet other teenagers that were like him. Jenna said she loves his channel. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you so much for supporting his channel too. He says he's going to do a live sometime soon. I don't know when because he hasn't planned anything, but he said over the summer he's going to do a live. Gemma can possibly help him connect as well. I wrote that down, so I'm going to share that with him, I hope. Yeah, I did too. Mine always had friends way older than me. I think that's a pretty common thing for autistic people. I don't know. Roman is really, really bright, and he wants to be an actuary when he grows up. Very, very good at math. So he tends to want to speak more on an intellectual level and, forget about it. Let me see. Can I comment on my own? Maybe I could, hold on. Oh, it's not showing me that I can. Let me see if I can get on my other device and maybe, no. Wait, if it's, hold on, let me see if I can get into it. No. I did this before and I don't remember how I did it. I got on my other device. And now it's not doing it. Oh gosh. I was going to see if I could. It's just ROMAN from My Life with Autism. Oh, here we go. Okay, I can put it in hopefully. Sorry I was looking away. I found it. I had spelled it wrong. Okay. good, thank you. Yeah, some of the stuff hasn't always been positive that people have written to him, but also my friend Matthew may be able to help him connect with people. He's an author and autistic. He has a channel, Matthew Kenslow. Make sure your son tells Matthew I sent him over. Okay, I will do that. Matthew Kenslow. Just writing this down. I'm sorry, I probably look ridiculous with my head bobbing up and down. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, that comes with YouTube. People can be mean. Yeah, I feel like lucky that I haven't really come across that, at least not to the degree that Roman has. I think the weirdest comment I got was like about changing my voice. Like, I don't know, somebody wanted me to change my voice when I was talking. But that was probably like the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Luckily, knock on wood, I don't think anybody said anything mean to me, at least. So, yeah, I think the worst thing that anyone said to Roman, and he reported it and YouTube took it down. He was talking about, when he goes to college to be an actuary, and somebody actually wrote in his comments that college isn't for retards. So that was really disappointing. I actually couldn't believe that somebody had the nerve to write that. I'll send Matthew a private message and give him a heads up so he'll recognize your son's channel's name. Thank you, I appreciate that. I would have him come in now and have him get on it right now, but he's in the middle of Minecraft with his brother and his dad, so we don't want to interrupt that. So I'll catch him before he goes to bed. Yep, there are some special people out there. I had death threats to me and my family. It was pretty bad. Oh, that's awful. What were they upset about? Is your channel like about crafting or is it about autism? What is your channel mostly focus on? That's death threats. That's awful. That's scary too. Is my thing stuck? Oh, it's stuck again. Oh, there are settings that can be applied so he won't even see comments like that. Yeah, I think we need to go through his settings and check that. But I think it empowered him a little bit to be able to report that, to know that he can have control over that situation. I'll see if I can do a tutorial so your son can increase the security on his channel. Thank you. I'll have him watch that. I'll have him subscribe to you too. Maybe this is the right track. Because he was doing searches, but he was having trouble finding content that other people, like his peers, people like around his age. A lot of the stuff that he was finding, like I said, was parents talking about their children's autism, and he wasn't interested in that, and I'm not interested in telling his story for him. I think that's for him to do. My channel is about my life as an autistic, and my special interests happen to be crafting. So you'll see both. That's cool. That's cool that that you have both on there. I'm not 100% sure if I'm subscribed to you, so I am going to definitely check that when the live is over. Make sure that I'm on your channel too. And I'll have my son pop over there and to your friends. Sounds like it will be a good connection for him. Sometimes, like, I'm working on something that's all single crochet, and sometimes I'm like, why did I ever do this as a single crochet? I should have done it as like half double or double crochet, because this is taking way too long. The way to connect in the autistic community is to find people on YouTube who share his special interests. So look for the special interests rather than the autism. That makes sense. Most of us mix our autism story along with our special interests. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Special interest. I'm going to write that down. Special interest. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I didn't think of that. I don't know. I should have thought of that. Gosh, his interests. He's super into politics, which can be scary because I don't want him making enemies that way. He's definitely way into math. He loves math. He loves video games. So I'll have him check out some of that stuff. Make sure this is still, yeah, it's still moving. My son is also autistic, so I share my life personally. Also, my life as a parent of an autistic child. Our son is just 11 years old. Yes! That is the key, because we love to share our special interests and we can talk all day about it. Yes, I I know all about that. Oh my goodness. And sometimes the same story over and over and over and over. Oh. Does your son do a channel as well, or are you just kind of holding off on that? Yep, stay away from politics, but video gaming is a huge platform on here. Yeah, I could see that. I think that's probably a very popular one. We have to tell my son, stay away from politics. And I think sometimes he just assumes that people will be thinking the same way that he is when it comes to politics. And I'm like, no, you can't assume that. You don't know what people are thinking, and it's just, he doesn't understand why it should be a taboo subject. I said, it's just, people really have strong feelings one way or the other about politics, and it's not Not always a good subject to bring up. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. I started, Deb, on the Kaboo yarn. It is so, 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 so soft. No, we won't let him have one right now. He's too young. Yeah, I guess 11 is pretty young. So, Deb, I'm actually making something for next month's Patreon giveaway. So I'll keep it low here so you can't see it. This month is the plant, but next month is a surprise. I'm working on it now. So she's just asking what I was working on. After I just explained it, that's funny. Great minds here. What are you working on, Deb? This is next month's Patreon giveaway. If you didn't hear it, that's what I'm working on. So I'll keep it low so you can't see it. But I was complaining a little bit. Frozen yogurt. Eating it, or are you crocheting some frozen yogurt? If you're eating it, what flavor? Eating watermelon sorbet. Oh, that sounds delicious. I love watermelon and I love watermelon flavor. Mm. Mm. I have to buy 2 watermelons every week because our family goes through them so fast. But we only do that in the summer because we can't seem to get good ones in the winter, which I guess makes sense. I'd love to grow watermelon. Even though we have a lot of land, I don't have a good watermelon planting spot. A lot of our land is wooded and the watermelon won't grow in the woods. We have a mom and a dad bird that have laid eggs in our front yard. It's not even in a nest. I guess they're just a ground nest. It's not really a nest though. There's just 4 eggs and they're really interesting. They're speckled colored eggs. They're really like dark colored speckles. And they're there all the time. We've had a really dry spring, early summer, so our grass hasn't grown. But I feel bad for them if our grass starts growing. We just got rain today for the first time in a really long time. Because if the grass starts growing and we need to cut it, I don't know if my husband will go around that nest or not. But there are four eggs there. Roman is getting the views, which means people want to listen. 2, I hope he will continue to tell his story in his perspective. I think he will. When he started when he wanted to start the channel, he was kind of young too. Like I said, I think he was only 12 when he wanted to start it, but he was very determined. He said, Mom, I want to tell my story. I want people to know, what it's like to live with autism. And so, I let him try some videos before we posted them. And I was like, I think these are really good. So, and then he's been doing these shorts where he started off with calling them autism problems. He would do things like, one of them was when you studied really hard for an English test and most of the questions were inference questions and you fail, autism problems. But then people started getting really nasty in his comments, like, grow up, everybody has problems, you shouldn't complain about your problems. People were just getting really nasty about it, like, that's not an autism problem, that's an everybody problem. I guess people who didn't really understand about autism. He was really just doing it kind of as a funny way to show things that he struggles with. So he switched it around and he's doing things like, when, I think his last one said something like, when schedule problems used to throw you off, but now you can adapt better, autism growth. So he switched it from autism problems to autism growth. So I thought that was kind of smart. See if he can have more of a positive spin so he doesn't get all those negative remarks. But I'm really proud of him. We're getting really exciting here, aren't we? Jenna, are you still on? I don't know if I can see who's on. I see that 7 people are on. I can't click on it. Maybe I can see it on this device. Oop. Come back. That's smart. He's still talking about the issue, but also showing how he overcame. That's huge. I thought so too. That was a good idea for him to kind of put a different spin on it. I saw that more of your Band Buddy tutorials were up on YouTube again. Yeah, that has been like a little bit of a point of, oh yes, you're here. Okay, I was curious, Jen, I was going to ask you if you guys had found a house because I was curious about that. But let me tell you the Band Buddy story. So on YouTube, you can have different settings on your videos. I actually made these videos probably in the fall, most of them in the fall, and I posted them, but not, I posted on a different setting. So you can put it on public, you could put it on link only, and you can put it on like where I'd have to email the people access, like some kind of grant access thing. So there are three ways I can post it. I had it posted as link only, so only people who had the link could see it. So no one had seen them. And then when I was doing the Band Buddy patterns, I put the link in the pattern that they could go to so they could watch the video tutorial. And that's how I really wanted to do it, because then that could be an added bonus for the people who bought the pattern. But my pattern tester, when she got the link and put it into YouTube, it said access denied. And then I did the same thing. And if you take the link Jenna said nothing yet. A few good contenders, but nothing perfect yet. I'm hoping for you. I hope you get the perfect one. If I sent her the link directly, like I copied and pasted the link and texted it to her or emailed it to her, she could open it. But for some reason, taking it from the written pattern and putting it into doesn't work. So it kind of limited my options for it. And I was like, I spent so many hours doing those video tutorials. I spent so much time because there's one for every single step of the way. So what I'm doing is as I'm finishing editing one of the patterns, then I'm making that link live. So eventually all of them will be live so that you know the people who buy the pattern can have access to the link. But now I guess everybody's going to have access to that link because I didn't know how else to do it, because I didn't want to sell someone the pattern and then I get all these messages like, the link to the video tutorial doesn't work. And, you know, especially if I'm selling it on Amazon as a book, I'm not going to be able to email every single person who buys the book and give them the links individually. So I thought the only way, really, the best way to handle it is just make it public, and I guess anybody can do it now. But hopefully there'll still be people who will want to buy the pattern when I have it ready to go. So, but the link works now. The ones that I've made public, you can access that link now. I didn't want to not have all of those video tutorials at all after all the work that I put into making them. So that's the Band Buddy story. You'll eventually be seeing all of it because, like I said, as I'm editing, you know, putting my edits into each pattern, I'm going to then make that pattern live so that the link is correct in the pattern that I just edited. So, not what I expected, but it's the way it goes. So, anybody who's new on here have any great weekend plans? I know we've had people in and out. This will be a pretty relaxing weekend for us. We have the boys bowling, but not too much beyond that. Okay, dinner is ready, so I have to head out. Have a great night. I'm so glad that you came on tonight. I'm really glad that we had a chance to talk. And I'm going to make sure that I'm subscribed to you and then pass on the information for Roman. So I think this could really help him maybe get what he wanted out of his channel, because he's kept going with it, but I don't think that he's gotten what he wanted out of it. He wanted to find the community, kind of like how I found the crocheting community. So thank you. This could be a good foot in the door for him. Thank you so much. It was a really good chat. I completely forgot it was Thursday on Thursday and I didn't make my video. I'm going to film it and upload it tomorrow morning. That's okay, Jenna, because there's a lot of videos of things we're making Thursday videos that don't come out on Thursday. I figure we're just so laid back about it, it doesn't really matter. My boys always joke when they sing this song, they'll be like, things we're making Thursday, things we're making Friday, things we're making Saturday. Yeah, you know, like they go through each day of the week because they always laugh when they hear that song on a day that's not Thursday. Deb said, I'm very excited to be going to the Northwest Yarny Social in September. It's being hosted by Dina at Wonderlust Crochet. I don't know what that is. Northwest Yarny Social. That sounds like fun though. What is that? Absolutely. I hope it will help. I hope so too. You have a great night, and I hope that we can chat again sometime soon. A Yarny Social. That really sounds like fun. I had actually thought that oh, go ahead. I'm 8 hours away from where they're having it, Deb, and I so wish I could go, but no one to watch little man while dad is at work. Ah, he works the graveyard shift. Oh, that's tough. Deb, bunch of people are getting together. There will be workshops and crocheting and dinner and swag bags. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Where is it being held? I heard you said Northwest, so it's probably nowhere near me. Idaho. Okay. Yeah, pretty far away from me. Yeah, unless I become independently wealthy between now and then, I'll be back to work by September. I might contact Dana and see if I can bring little man with me. Boise, Idaho. Yeah, pretty far. And like I said, by September, unless I become independently wealthy before then, I will be back to work. Unfortunately. I booked my flight, confirmed my hotel, and paid my registration. That's so exciting. Something to look forward to. Awesome. Do you go with a friend or are you braving it and going by yourself? I'm sure once you get there, you'll probably know a bunch of people. I was just curious if you go with a friend. So awesome, Deb. I'm excited for you. Okay, I'm ready to go on this time. The boys have started the movie, so that's my cue. It was really nice talking to you. I hope we can do it again. Good night. Well, that sounds like so much fun. I remember like seeing years ago that Mikey from the crochet crowd, they used to do cruises, I think. I always thought that would be fun, but I never did anything, I never went with them or anything like that, but that sounded like it would be a fun time too. I'm sure that it's really, really easy to make friends, at something like that, even if you don't know anybody, because you're going to be around people that you have a lot in common with. I don't know if they still do those cruises or not. I haven't heard anything about it. Well, well, it's not too late. It's only Deb said by myself. Robin at Roaming with Rover will be there. I'm looking forward to meeting her. We do bingo every Monday. Oh yeah. So that you are going to see people there that you know though. So that's awesome. I haven't flown in an airplane in a really, really, really long time. I think it makes me a little bit nervous because I have not flown since 9/11. Are they still as strict? Like, can you not have certain things anymore in your carry-on luggage and that type of thing? I don't know. Maybe I just worry too much about stuff. It suddenly got really quiet in the house. I'm kind of wondering what's going on. It's almost scary. They were playing video games and I could hear them all yelling back and forth, even though they're talking in like earphone microphones. But now I don't hear anything. I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, well, I think I'm going to head out for the night. But this was so much fun, and I'm so glad that everybody came to visit today. It was so fun. I was just sitting here crocheting by myself. I was like, oh, let's see if any of my friends want to talk while I'm doing that. But I think I'm going to go and watch something on TV with my husband. We just finished a series, and so we have to go find something new that we would both like. He's not as into sci-fi as me, so we'll probably watch something else. But I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and visiting. I love seeing all my friends.